Once upon a time, in a small town nestled deep in a dense forest, lived a community oblivious to the dark secret that haunted them. Legends spoke of a ferocious werewolf that prowled the town's outskirts by the light of the full moon. The townsfolk went about their daily lives, unaware of the sinister presence lurking in the shadows of their quiet streets. But as days grew shorter and the moon reached its peak, strange happenings would descend upon the innocent town, sending chills down the spines of those who dared venture out at night. It began when a young girl went missing under mysterious circumstances. Rumors spread like wildfire, and whispers of a monstrous beast broke the town's tranquility. Fear gripped the hearts of the villagers, suspicion dividing neighbor from neighbor soon after. A series of peculiar incidents plagued the town. Pets were found mutilated, their remains bearing the unmistakable signs of a savage predator. Crops withered, their harvests tainted by an unknown evil. The air grew heavy with a mixture of dread and paranoia, shrouding the community in a suffocating darkness. One fateful evening, as silver moonlight bathed the town, a brave farmer ventured into the woods, determined to unravel the mystery and put an end to the growing turmoil. Armed with a rugged shotgun and guided only by his courage, he treaded cautiously through the dense forest, each step seemingly louder than the beating of his own heart. The sound of rustling leaves sent a shiver down his spine, as if the eerie silence of the night was disturbed by an impending menace. Suddenly, a low growl pierced the tranquility, echoing through the trees and chilling the very marrow of the farmer's bones. His senses heightened. He spotted a pair of glowing yellow eyes lurking in the shadows. They belonged to a towering figure, hunched over and cloaked in darkness. The silhouette of a monstrous werewolf unfolded before the farmer, its matted fur bristling with anticipation. With lightning speed, it charged towards him, emitting a sinister howl that pierced the stillness of the night. Fear mingled with adrenaline as the farmer fired shot after shot, desperately hoping his silver bullets would find their mark. But the creature seemed unstoppable, shrugging off impact as if it were mere mosquito bites. The town's protector relentlessly fought the werewolf, slowly driving it back towards the heart of the forest. Cold moonlight illuminated their battle, turning droplets of sweat into silver trails of determination. The eerie forest seemed to echo their struggles, its twisted branches groaning under the weight of ancient secrets. At last, the farmer's final shot found its mark, piercing the heart of the creature just as dawn began to break. The werewolf let out one final chilling howl, reverberating through the trees before dissipating into the morning mist. The monstrous secret that plagued the town was finally vanquished, as dawn embraced the weary town. The villagers awakened to a renewed sense of hope. They reveled in the knowledge that their darkest nightmare was no more. Yet, the memory of the werewolf would forever haunt their tales, serving as a grim reminder of the horrors that can lurk beneath seemingly idyllic surfaces. But little did the villagers know, as the sun rose and the farmer's victory was celebrated, the werewolf's heart still beat faintly within its chest. The final shot had wounded the creature, but it had not been enough to extinguish the embers of its existence. Silently recovering within the depths of the forest, the werewolf nursed its wounds and bided its time. It had witnessed the defeat that had been dealt upon it, and within its eyes burned an unquenchable thirst for vengeance. Months passed, and the town slowly fell back into its peaceful routines. The memory of the werewolf began to fade, its presence relegated to mere whispers in the dark. The townsfolk, lulled into a false sense of security, believed that their nightmare had truly come to an end. But as the moon waxed full once again, the werewolf emerged from its hiding place, its strength renewed and its fangs thirsting for retribution. It prowled the outskirts of the town, seeking out those it held responsible for its pain, its rage infecting the very air they breathed. One by one, the werewolf targeted those who had witnessed its downfall, sinking its claws deep into their flesh. The townsfolk, caught off guard and unprepared for the creature's return, found themselves defenseless against the onslaught of its wrath. Fear gripped the hearts of the villagers once more, their tranquil lives shattered by the resurgence of the very darkness they had thought vanquished. Panic spread through the town like wildfire, dividing neighbors and turning friends into enemies. Caught in the chaos and confusion, the townsfolk scrambled for a solution. They desperately sought aid from neighboring communities, calling upon brave hunters and seasoned warriors who possessed knowledge of the supernatural. But the werewolf's cunning and savagery proved too great, evading capture at every turn. As the casualties piled up and the town descended further into despair, a glimmer of hope emerged from within the darkness. A young woman, the sister of one of the victims, refused to succumb to fear and despair. Driven by a determination to protect her loved ones, she delved into the forbidden realms of ancient myths and legends. Guided by her research, she discovered a ritual that held the key to defeating the vengeful werewolf with trembling hands. She gathered the necessary ingredients and prepared for a final confrontation. As the moon reached its pinnacle in the night sky, the young woman stood at the edge of the forest, a beacon of light amidst the encroaching darkness. She entwined her words with ancient incantations, channeling the energies of the spirits that were said to govern the balance between man and beast. The forest fell silent, and the werewolf emerged from the shadows, drawn towards the young woman's mystical presence. But this time, it found itself ensnared by forces beyond its understanding, trapped in a web of magic and determination. The young woman's eyes blazed with an unyielding determination as she confronted the werewolf, her voice resonating with power as she recited the incantation. The creature writhed and struggled, its rage no match for the ancient forces binding it. In a blinding flash of light, the curse that had plagued the town for so long was finally broken. The werewolf's form shifted and transformed, reverting back to its human counterpart. It lay on the forest floor, weak and defeated, forced to confront the consequences of its unforgiving vengeance. With the threat finally neutralized, the town began to heal, its wounds mending slowly yet surely. Suspicion and fear gradually gave way to unity and forgiveness as the townsfolk rebuilt their shattered trust. The memory of the werewolf's return would forever haunt their tales, reminding them of the dangers that dwell within the human heart when consumed by vengeance. But their resilience prevailed, serving as a beacon of hope that even in the face of darkness, the light of compassion can prevail. And so, the small town nestled deep in the dense forest found solace in the knowledge that they had faced the consequences of their collective actions and emerged stronger for it. From that day forward, their traditions of unity and forgiveness became the cornerstone of their once fragile community, protecting them from the darkness that lurked in the depths of their own souls.